Hello and welcome to another update video on XRP. Now I am tracking here XRP on the Bitstamp chart just because Bitstamp on TradingView has all the price data, right? It has all the price data for XRP. Why do I say that? Why is it important to know which exchange it is? Because in the recent dip across the sector, different coins, even the main coins, the major ones like XRP, but also others, they formed slightly different lows, yeah, in different locations. so it's completely insane. That is not unusual sometimes when we get liquidation events, but we talk about small percentages. I mean, for XRP, let's just double check together. $1.59 on Bitstamp. Look, 78 cents on Binance. Doesn't make sense. $1.77 Coinbase. Right, I'm happy to go and continue to go with Bitstamp's chart, even though it slightly deviates from Coinbase, which we could argue is the more relevant exchange. However, it really doesn't make a great difference to the thesis or base case here, whether it's Coinbase's or the Bitstamp one. The difference is negligible. What we see here on the Bitstamp chart is obviously still sideways consolidation in the same range that we've been moving in 2025. Now, some of you guys might remember, I mean, there are people out there who watch every single video, I know that, and I appreciate that. And then you will remember that I said, like, it was in the beginning of the year that we might spend months in this range between $1.21 and $3.40. I didn't expect myself that it would spend, that we would spend so much time in this range, but it's absolutely insane that actually this has happened. The market moved down in 3 waves, up in 3 waves, and now another dip to the support area. It's crazy. So this is what XRP, however, loves to do very, very often. To spend time in a sideways range for a long time, exhaust everybody, and then at some point break out. Now, my base case continues. So therefore, I don't need to change anything here. The base case is still the same. We're in a range, yeah? Now, okay, it could have been that the wave 4 already bottomed, right? But basically, nothing is really invalidated. The thesis here that this is a larger correction, a sideways correction before a possible breakout to all-time highs, it's still valid. Still valid. And I mentioned to you before that I only really will change here my view below $1.20 on the larger degree. Yeah, I mean, I've already had to change, obviously, based on the disaster that we had in the sector. I had to change the wave 4 location, which was before here, to here. It was possible, it wasn't a beautiful structure, but it was possible before that. The wave 4 already bottomed, but the recent dip broke that. In the end, we're back above, the June low, and so essentially, not too much has changed. Yes, people got liquidated, and yes, the structure has changed itself, but price-wise, if you go back to early last week, I mean, we were just above 265, now we're at 256, really not much in an absolute difference of price. Of course, a lot happened in between, but I'm talking about the current situation. So what do we need now as a first indication, actually, that we have indeed bottomed and that we're breaking out? Now, I've been very, very clear, I think, in recent months that we need a break above $3.35 or $3.40 in this area, because until we get that, the market could just continue to move in this range. In the very short term, I want to see a break back above the candle where the selling volume started. That's at $2.79. So that would be our first kind of breakout point resistance level. And at the moment, just waiting game here. There isn't really much structure we can work with on the smaller time frames at the moment. It just is not there. So it's a bit of a waiting game if the market can break out above 279 and then take the market above 340. And then we can still, get to $5 plus. That is unchanged, but we want to get that breakout. It could very well be that we just needed that flush, that final flush liquidations to get that move rolling to the upside, but that's likely going to become clear over the coming sessions. So yeah, I'll keep you updated about that. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, also make sure you follow us on X for additional charts, updates, news, and much more. I regularly post on X and my base cases and main ideas about charts also here. Again, I leave the link for you guys in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.